Hello guys, welcome back to Taylor's Trick. I just want to show you how to make a trouser cuffs or turn-ups, so stay with me as I put you through. So the first line here is the trouser length, the second line is the height of the turn-up, which is 2.25, and then you repeat 2.25 in two places, which is making 4.5, and the last one is less than 2.25. It can be 1.5, it can be 1/3, but less than 2.25. So here we're using 1.5. So the total length is 6 inch, which is 4.5 plus 1.5, 6 inch. So you're bending your 6 inch. That is at the full length of the trouser. As you can see, it's 6 inch. So you bend your 6 inch. So assuming if your trouser length is 40, and then you'll be adding 6 inch to the down. If the trouser cuffs you want to make, the height will be 2.25. But if the height will be 2 inch, you'll be adding 4 inch plus 1.5. That's 5.5. So like that, depending on how you want the height to look like. So now I bend my trouser length. Now I'm bending the first 2.25, and you can see the other point of the chalk that is showing out here is the second 2.25. Then the 1.5 is going downward. So it is important that you bend this carefully and measure and check that to make sure that you're doing the right thing. Then press down before you go to the machine to stitch. So first you bend the length, then the next you bend the height of the trouser cuff. That's when you've done the waist of the trouser, and then it's just open, remaining to join the center seam. So now you bend the 1.5 inch inward. You bend it inward. So as you're bending, you're carefully bending it and then making sure the measurement is correct. That's 2.25. If it's not correct, you adjust now and then continue your work. So as you can see, I'm adjusting it to make sure that it is 2.25. So this would ensure your work to be clean, not stressing yourself to bend it later on, like after you sew and then you're trying to get the bending, or just using iron at the time you're done sewing. So this method will give it a line of folding already. So if you notice at the edge, I added a bit allowance, but it's not really necessary, but you can add, because when I fold, I make sure the sides are equal. You make sure the sides are equal. So I trim the excess when I fold. So when I fold, I trim the excess. So the excess is not really necessary when you know that what you're cutting is perfectly straight. But if you're not sure, if you're cutting a trouser that is coming down pencil and then you want to do a trouser cuff, you have to add this allowance so that when you fold, after folding, you trim any excess that you're having, so that when you're done sewing, it sits perfect. So you do the same thing for the other leg. You do just the same thing. Just watch step by step and then make sure you're pressing it to lie down flat. So after this, I would link my other video for trouser making, how to make a stylish waistband or how to make your own foreign waistband to this. So at the end screen, you can just click to watch another video to learn more about trouser making, as it will improve your trouser making. You can carefully see how I'm going about this. You bend, you press, and then make sure you stay to see the end product of this, as it will give you more understanding in what we're doing now. fold just as we did for the other leg. So you see the techniques for that I use for both of the leg are looking a bit different, but almost the same. So the major thing is you're making sure that the sizes are equal. You're making sure that the length you bend, the height of the trouser cuffs or turn-ups are the same. So after checking, you press or you trim. After checking, I just pressed. And then the next thing, I'm trimming the excess. So now we're going to the machine to sew. So you measure the width of how you want the down of the trouser to be, and then you basically sew straight up. So go back to the table. So if you carefully check, you can see the line of the folding we did. So this is the first line and then the second line. So you bend it to the second line of the fold, not the trouser length, the second line of the fold. So now you just go to your machine and stitch. And so the folded part, which is also called hemming, that's the part you folded. For the normal pants will be hemming the down, but since this one is folded to be double fold for the turn-ups, so you sew it carefully. After sewing, you're just going to bend the length now. Since we've bent the length with iron already, so we're bending the length. Sorry, I'm going out of frame. I didn't know the camera was not capturing me. Sorry about that. So after bending, you're going to either tack or stitch both the side seam and the inside seam to prevent the turn-up from falling down or losing its balance. So you can see tacking. I just used my machine to tack, and then just make sure you see the end point and how beautiful and well constructed this will be looking. Yep, see how fine it looks, see how beautiful it is looking. Yeah. So on the screen I'll be leaving a link to our video, so you can just click and watch more. Thank you.